I think this is episode 25, and I'm going to do something different this week. I'm going to actually read you a poem. Now, people who know me from the poetry world know that I am, first of all, I don't like microphones. That's one thing. I certainly don't like to use a microphone in my theater work. But also, I don't like to ever read poems. You know, I have to have them memorized. I have to, communicate them from the inside of my body out, like not from the outside in reading them. There's something about something internal being offered to an audience, and that's how I feel about it. Now, and also I just don't do it very well. Reading is kind of like, I don't know, it's a detachment for me. It just separates me from the subject. But in this case, it's a little bit different because I wrote this poem about somebody I was very close to who took their own life in 2009. And I never memorized this poem because I literally did not want to put it into my body. I didn't want to memorize it. I didn't want to carry it around with me. I actually wrote it to get it out of my body. And that's what I did. And so this is to honor those going through mental illness, especially when people don't know it. This young man was somebody that I coached on a football team. His name was Howard Ward. Number 3, great football player who had the most difficult life. Like every day of his life was a struggle. And I got to say that when I found out what he did, I kind of felt like he put himself out of pain. I kind of got it, even though I was devastated because part of it I felt was my fault as well. And in fact, I got an email from him the night before he did it, telling me that he was disappointed in me because I had kind of taken care of this kid for a while in certain ways. And now he was grown, he was in college, but he had a lot of problems, and I guess he was disappointed that I wasn't treating him the same way I treated him when he was 15, 16, even 17 or 18 years old. I had gotten him out of trouble a lot of times when he went to college. So he didn't understand why I wasn't treating him the same way. But now he had serious legal problems. He fathered a child. He was having problems with that. He had problems with homelessness. He didn't do well in school, in college. His dream of being a star football player in college didn't quite work out very well. And I think he put everything on being a football player. And so, like a lot of kids, he had to deal with that. So anyway, as it turned out, I found out after all of this happened that he struggled with schizophrenia. And I found out because his brother's girlfriend, and he had also lost his brother a few years before this from cancer, another great football player. So anyway, his brother's girlfriend contacted me and told me, I know that you got this horrible letter from Howard the night before he passed. Just want to let you know that he had schizophrenia. He was hospitalized numerous times. He kept breaking out of these hospitals. And it just explained a lot of things to me because a couple of weeks before this happened, he had called me and he was really angry with me, and he was like telling me that I was all messed up because I was talking shit about him behind his back to all these people, and he was naming all these people, and I had no idea who he was talking about. Like, I'd never even heard of these people, and I'm like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about or who these people are. But he was threatening me. And so I told him, I said, yo, if you see me, you better go the other way, because I'm not going to sit there and wait for something bad to happen to me. Like, it got like that. Like, it got really bad. And I was afraid, to be honest with you. Afraid of what he might try to do to me and afraid of what I might have to do to defend myself. So, anyway, it was very strange, So, I got this email from him the night before this tragedy, and I just read it real quick. I didn't really pay it much mind, but it said something about, the thing that I do remember was he said to me, My girlfriend has put x-ray machines in my room, and my mother has cameras placed in the ceiling. And if somebody doesn't put a stop to this, it's never going to end. I have to put a stop to it. And I was reading it like, you know, after being threatened and all this crazy, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, whatever. And I had a performance the next day, a pretty big performance. So anyway, the next day comes, I'm getting ready to go on stage, and my phone is blowing up with texts. Blowing up from somebody who was a good friend with Howard. And I actually have a picture with the three of us. A kid named Chris Harris, a kid. He's a grown man now, very successful. Very proud of him. Anyway, he was texting me, and I wasn't answering because I was getting ready to go on stage. And then finally, just as I'm about to walk on stage, a final text comes and it says, Howard Ward is dead. And I'm like, so I had to kind of block it out and just go out on stage and perform. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it. I want to read you this poem. It expresses how I felt shortly thereafter. Howard was a great kid. He was very popular among his friends. He was an incredibly gifted artist. And I mean like a painter. He drew things. He was amazing. He was a poet, a spoken word artist, a great athlete, a great baseball player, great football player, track and field. He was a smart kid, like a really intelligent kid. He was a bright light, but he struggled. You know, like every painting that he created, every picture that he drew included the Grim Reaper. Every poem that he wrote included the Grim Reaper. And I'm like, yo, what's up with this preoccupation with death? And, you know, Howard never really expressed himself in a regular kind of way, you know. I mean, we had a lot of conversations. I spent so much time with this kid, you know. Anyway, yeah, it was a great loss. He was a great kid. And so I just, like I said, if there are people in your life who are acting strange or acting crazy even to you, it might very well be that they're going through some stuff that they can't control, you know, that is kind of beyond what they can handle and what most people can handle, and so try to get them help. So I want to read this to you. And like I said, I haven't looked at this in years. This happened in 2009. Honestly, I haven't looked at this since I put it in my ebook, which was, I don't know, 2012 or something like that. 2000, like I don't even know when I made that book. Maybe it was 2015. I don't know. And I didn't even read it. I just copy and pasted it and put it in the book. But I want to read it to you now. And rest in peace, Howard Ward. And for all the people who've taken their lives over the last few years that I know, and there are too many, to be honest with you. And by the way, did you know that adoptees are 4 times more likely to commit suicide than anybody? And Howard Ward spent time in the foster care system too. He was released by his mother when he was a child, back and forth in and out of group homes, and lived with his grandparents, and he just had a very kind of, you know, crazy life. And so I believe that that kind of detachment and that kind of fight or flight, consistent feeling in your life can really have something to do with the desire to take your own life eventually, to finally get to the point as you grow up, you know, as you get older and you're in the real world where people are not taking care of you, to not feel safe, you know, not feel connected to anybody or anything. I have felt that way. So anyway, I'm going to read this to you. For the first time I'm looking at it in a long time. I hope you enjoy it. April 10th, 2009, Spring Valley, New York, exit 14, New York State Thruway. You walked on off-ramp with intention, determined as always, you are football hero. You are reckless abandon and head first to your last breath. was violent Mack truck helmet-to-helmet collision. You delivered the blow, hit that hole tailback fast, but this time stopped you for no gain. Dead in your tracks. This time was head separating from what little was left of your hope. Was bones detached on impact, loose now like feathers floating from a shot bird, like crashing ocean waves on slippery rocks, rich flowing heavy salt water flying like mist, like ghosts, one after another, rising from your decapitated torso, your demons escaping. I'm sure you think Satan made you do it. You acted like you knew him. Included him in all your paintings. You were desperate, seeking acceptance, tired from self-pitying torment, struggled to lift your feet every day, but somehow you did. Born straight to the dumpster on your first day, that's where your mother laid you to rest, like garbage, like waste, like disposable. Forget you like fast food, tossed like a McDonald's wrapper, but somehow you recycled. You ran like a hungry seeker, hit it tailback, turn the corner and fly like 4.340, like 44-inch vertical. It always seemed harder for you. Like a great black whale flapping fin-like wings, trying to rise, so heavy, almost impossible. But for you, nothing was impossible. Rise from the sea, breathless mammal. Fly by the seat of your pants. Heavy like push a broken down car up that hill. Like move mountains, like run through illegal headwind in your face and your time doesn't count, like tornado cone tip stings you, blows you, you are blind to the eye of any hurricane, never still, never calm. You are whole. You are empty. You keep on. You hear me? You street meet pushcart across midtown traffic in cold rain. Push that sled tailback. Run that gauntlet, quick, quick, faster. Run to daylight, tailback. Run for your life. Run as if your life depends on it. Pick up the team and put them on your back and carry them, and don't get tired, tailback. Fourth quarter. Don't quit, don't quit. At the funeral, what did you want me to tell your son? When you strapped up that day with no helmet, just an iPad, an iPod, what played through your headphones? Was it loud enough to cover the sound of that grill and bumper runaway training your face? Of your skeleton disassembling? Of blooded, broken levee dam rushing from your ripped-off skin? Of your raspy, torn, esophageal, visceral, releasing, exited scream? Of laying in shredded pieces? Your scattered seizures like an emptied puzzle box of busted, bodied whimpers, did you cry? I wonder if you even got to cry. Did you keep your eyes open? Look your opponent directly into his headlights. He's running downhill, gonna meet you at the point of attack, and boom! I wonder why you sent your final words to me. I was your coach, not your big brother, not your lost father. I am not a good example. I wonder why you emailed me, like, was it because I didn't return your phone calls? I hope you are relieved. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 10. He's gonna go all the way. Act like you've been there before, tailback. Kneel down, lower your head, cross yourself like touchdown. Like you did when you were captain, when you led team prayers, your blind faith. What did you believe in then? What do you believe in now? Hand the ball to the referee for the last time. You are no longer victim. He will never judge you again. Jog off the field and take a seat at the end of the bench and rest, finally. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes and let it go, tailback. Let it go. 10, 9, 8, and rest. 7, 6, 5, 4, in. 3, 2, 1. Peace. Rest in peace, Howard. Rest in peace.